diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, like right on the dot afternoon. It still counts as morning. No, it doesn't, because if I started at 11:59, it would have counted, but I didn't. So I tried to do my hair, I forgot to do the rest. Yes, people don't like my hair. All right. Well, if nobody's here yet, I'm going to go share to more groups. So we can clean and silver. So we mess with a few people. All right. What? I would never, ever stir the pot. I don't know what you're talking about. So I also need to let people know, because you don't get notifications. So. The things we do for love. The things we do for love. Like walking in the rain and the snow and there's not I love you, I am live. Instead of say these people I am live. There it goes again. There it goes. Oh well. I'm not gonna fix it today. I am, but you can hear me just fine, so I am not worried about it. So at least get it set up to where it's not going to do anything. There we go. I'll take this like that and point it upwards so you can hear me better. There we go. That'll work for now. I'll just put it back the way that it was. No biggie. We're about to hit that 3-minute mark. We'll get started. This may as well just be called emotional sobriety, because that's what it is. We called things different things. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to do. I should write this stuff down, because I wanted to try the at everyone again on this one. There we go. It'll help. Good news is it's going to be salt soon. So, yes. I'm going to go shut my door. No, I kind of feel like Facebook heard me complain. They're like, "Oh, you think you're low in the post now?" All right. No, you forget it, boy. Nobody gonna see your shit. Right? Wouldn't surprise me. I don't think they're coming after me personally, just what we do. All right, we're at the 4-minute mark. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host. Here, let's put that ticker up for everybody for a minute. If you're here, please say hello. I'm just getting started for whoever's joining. And if you feel like this video might help other people, please share it. Or if you like this video, then go to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has close to 2,000 videos that I've done over the years. You know, the topics tend to match what I'm talking about. So feel free to peruse those. So I'm taking this out of the daily reflection today. And then might as well tore up because I use it a lot. And we're talking language of the heart. page 238. Language of the Heart is this book. And what it is the grapevine writings of Bill W. Not just the grapevine writings, but a lot of the letters that he wrote to people, to other alcoholics, to mothers of alcoholics. There's a remembrance to Ebby in here. And this kind of closes the gap on some of the stuff in the stories that we hear, right? Like there's the time in Bill's story where he says, there was that one time Ebby and I completed a jag, and it explains that story in here. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You should go read it. I do it sometimes. What? You left the noon meeting. That's because I'm better than that noon meeting. Kidding. I don't know if I am. Well, thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. I know I won't get Emma. She likes to go there. And so that's what I love about her. She keeps the group fun. All right, so we're going to be on page 238. And which is actually towards the end of this part. And it's funny because this book is pretty new, but this story is about to fall out of my book. All right. My stability. Let's just do this. All right. So surrender and self-examination, which is to say emotional sobriety. That's exactly what that is. Now, emotional sobriety is usually done at about the 6th step. That is usually when I bring it up to my sponsees. I do include this portion in my work with my sponsees, because I tend to work with sponsees that are like myself, who have more than just alcohol, who have realized that they have more than just alcoholism going on in their lives. That we might also be depressed or may have some other mental illnesses going on. Okay. We are the ones that there are those two who suffer from mental and emotional disorders, but they do recover if you have the capacity to be honest. And most of us do. So I'm just going to start at the top. It's going to feel a little weird, but that's all right. For my dependency meant demand, a demand for the possession and control of people and the conditions surrounding me. While those words, absolute dependence, may look like a gimmick, they're the ones that helped to trigger my release into the present degree of stability and quietness of mind, qualities which I am now trying to consolidate by offering love to others, regardless of the return to me. Hey, Mandy, this is going to be our team. I'm just going to start doing these for our team. I'm just good. Hey guys. Of course, we're kicking ass, man. Every single podcast is growing. It's working. I love it. You guys are awesome. This seems to be the primary healing circuit, an outgoing love of God's creation and his people, by means of which we avail ourselves of his love for us. It is most clear that the real current can't flow until our paralyzing dependencies are broken, and broken at death. Only then can we possibly have a glimmer of what adult love really is. Man. Yeah, I had to mute that. I'm in so many group chats and all of them are muted. I do not like group chats, even though I have some going on myself. And every single one of them are muted. There's probably 5 more there. Because if I'm working ding, 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 fuck, it drives me nuts. That's me. So, right? So it says they remove me from this group. Well, then, because it's obvious there's a reason for it. So, well, it's just like the here group. I'm in that, and I do check it, but I have it muted. you know. And anytime I go to put something in it, you or Bobby has already done it. So, or Gary. That's one thing we're going to have to watch now. Overlap. And I'm working on that today. Anyway, so this is what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened because it's happened to me recently. And what it is a God consciousness. Okay. And actually, this hasn't been happening to me recently. This has always happened to me. Anytime I speak, even here, like after I'm done, I will forget a lot of what I already said. Because I just don't remember it. And there you go. Yeah, just like we repeat to ourselves. Good catch, Amber. See, that's why we need a team. I'm not right all the time. I'm not. Anyway. So I got to a point in my sobriety where I understood that everybody is a child of God. Okay. I've also understood that if I don't give myself to him completely, what I'm going to get is nothing. And that scares the fuck out of me sometimes. That scares me. It's a good fear. It's a good fear because it keeps me motivated because I want more of what God gives me. And I was talking to a friend last week, and on Thursday, she needs some help. And by the time we were done talking, she was doing a lot better. Excited, very excited. You know, excited enough that when we got off the phone, she kept texting me. Right? And I talked to her the next day, and she said, you know, I really appreciate you talking to me yesterday. I don't know what that was, but I got a lot out of it. And I told her, I don't really remember the conversation. And she said, you know what? I felt like I was talking to God. I didn't really want to tell you that, you know, because it makes people's head. But that's exactly what was happening. And it hit me that God has been talking through me. I mean, I knew it, but I just didn't really want to admit it, I guess. Because I'm afraid that people won't believe me. That's okay. That's okay. But God does talk through me. That's the outgoing love we're talking about. I mean, it's fucking beautiful. When that stuff happens to me, when I'm done, the sensation that I get is so powerful. I feel like I could do anything. I know I can. Yeah. Try flying. Oh, not working. Right? But it really is. And it is, and sometimes it's overwhelming. And I have to take a little bit. Right? Thank you. Spiritual calculus, you say, not a bit of it. Watch any AA of 6 months working on their new 12-step case. If the case says, to the devil with you, the 12-stepper only smiles and turns to another case. He doesn't feel frustrated or rejected. If his next case responds and in turn starts to give love and attention to other alcoholics, yet gives none to him back, the sponsor is happy about it anyway. That's where I live my life. I don't necessarily want people to, but I want people to move on. I want them to come to trudging together, find what they need, and be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go over here and do this. Do it. That's what it's there for. Okay? I know that my sponsees love me back because they tell me. Okay, but we dig deep, man. You got to get in there at the root of it. It's like pulling weeds. Okay, you got to pull the root too, or the damn thing's just gonna crawl and grow back. You may need to water it down. Get a shovel, get down there to below the root and dig that motherfucker out. Okay, You have the tools for this. Okay? Those tools right there are courage. And you have plenty of courage. And I know that. Even for the newcomer, you have courage. Because you came into the room and you raised your hand. You raised your hand. Okay, thanks. You're posting that here. Maybe you're doing that just to show me what you're doing. That's all. Amber, thank you. Everybody has a role to play in all of this. Okay. Let's not tell Bobby, but Mandy, send me your physical address and Bobby's, but don't let Bobby know. She's not here. I'm gonna send you 2 shirts. If I haven't, I may have to go exchange my change for postage, but I'm gonna send them to you. That way we can all get on with the same. Yeah, there is no share button here. The easiest way to share it is from my page. We've got to make that easier too. So, all right. So, no. See, when I have a sponsor, I don't feel if they don't make it, that's not on me. If they make it, it's not on me. That's between him and God. See, I did my job. I gave it away. It's the only thing I need to do. But it's huge. It's bigger than anything you've ever done in your life. Anything. AA must be the number one priority. Actually, not AA. Your recovery must be the number one priority. That doesn't always mean AA. Sometimes that means spending time with the family or things like that. Your job, your spouse, everything else does not come first. See, I have one sponsee. He's been with me for a year. He thinks I'm his sponsor. I'm not his sponsor. We haven't met in fucking months. We're supposed to meet Thursday. Oh, work called. Sorry. What? I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change my time. Do you want to do this or not? What's more important? Right? My landlord's out there. Okay. I thought it was my son. The really stabilizing thing for him was having and offering love to that strange drunk on his doorstep. That was Francis at work, powerful and practical, minus dependency and minus demand. What he's talking about there is the St. Francis prayer, that it's better to love than to be loved. It's better to give than it is to take. Okay? Because every time I give, the dividends from that are more. And that's what I receive. I receive the dividends. Okay? Think of it this way. You have a car, but you still owe $2,000 on it. So you sell it for $5,000, you pay off the $2,000. Your dividend is the $3,000. Those are dividends. It's the cutoff extra from whatever this person was going through. Is that cool? The love. Thus, I think we can work out emotional sobriety. If we examine every disturbance we have, great or small, we will find the root of it some healthy dependence and its consequent unhealthy demands. So, every disturbance that comes along, and I talk about this a lot, no problem is too small. Okay? All your problems are the same size. Mine are. Okay? How I react to them is going to determine their size. But I don't care how small it seems. Take care of it. Because that thing will fester and grow into a resentment. Okay? It does not matter. It's the action that matters. Or the non-action in some cases. Somebody says something, I'm just not going to react to that. I'm just not, I don't feel, You do. You get to a point in your head where you're just like, I just don't feel like reacting to that. I just don't. And it's because it's passive aggressive. It's not solution based. You're not even going to understand it anymore. You don't live there anymore. So remember that. Remember, I don't live there anymore. I don't live there. People can send mail there too, but I don't live there. Think about that for a little bit. Let us, with God's help, continually surrender these hobbling demands. They are hobbling. And they are demands. Then we can set to be free to live and love. We may then be able to 12-step ourselves and others into emotional sobriety. There's another paragraph, and we'll finish with that. But wow, what a great thing. And it's just not one person. That person's going to help the family, brothers and sisters. You're going to help non-alcoholics to learn. You're going to teach normies how to love correctly. Wow. That's powerful. That's extremely powerful. And the total opposite of what we actually are. We're not our disease. That's not us. That's not me. I'm sorry, but no. I'm not the kind of person that gets in the car and drives around drunk. I don't do that anymore. No. Okay. There were a lot of times here was my thing. I always moved next to a liquor store. So I didn't have to drive. I just walked there. I intentionally. When I lived in California, the bodega was 3 minutes away. Literally, I could go there and be back home in like 7 minutes. But a lot of times I was drunk, so it'd take like 20. Man, I remember stumbling down that street a lot. I miss a lot of beautiful things. I lived in California for 2 years, never went to the beach. Never went. Because I was so reclusive. All right. Of course, I haven't offered you a really new idea. See, none of this is new. Excuse me. Okay. Here's the thing. From from their era to our era, we haven't gotten any smarter. Okay. We are not more intelligent. That's not going to happen in 80 years. No, that doesn't. I'm sorry. It'll take longer than that if we get smarter. Okay. What we have is new technology. That doesn't make us any smarter. Okay. Addiction hasn't changed. Okay. Alcoholism hasn't morphed into something else in those years. So therefore, we don't need any new answers. See, all those answers that everybody else is supplying us, we hopeless alcoholics tried all those already. And every answer you need to life is in here. Sometimes it's seek outside help. So this is not a new idea. This concept has been around for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Think back. What did Jesus do? Now he helped other people. What does that sound like? Doesn't it sound like you? I don't know. I don't know much about the Bible, so I'm very limited. So I don't talk on it much. But I got a good feeling I'm on the right path. And then I get people like, oh, well, you need to read that. You're going to go to hell. No, I'm not. I'm not going to hell. I'm going to meet my Creator. And my mom and my grandma will be there. My mom's still around, but my grandma isn't. I miss her so much. Okay. Only a gimmick. This is a really new idea. Only a gimmick that has started to unhook several of my own hexes at depth. Nowadays, my brain no longer races compulsively in either elation, grandiosity, or depression. I have been given a quiet place in bright sunshine. That's exactly how I feel. I'm glad we read this last page. Usually I read the first 2 pages and I don't do this part. Glad I did that part because I have been given a quiet place in the bright sunshine. That's how I feel. Anymore, I don't get. Yeah, you guys have seen I come on here. I'm like, I'm too excited, and I can't do that. Okay. All right. Years of dependency on alcohol as a chemical mood changer deprived me of the capability to interact emotionally with my fellows. I thought I had to be self sufficient, self reliant, and self motivated in a world of unreliable people. I don't feel that way. I hear where they're coming from. You guys do too. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't. My friends are very reliable. Are they human? Yep. Are they? Can I trust that they're going to do human things? Yep. Right. I'll give you a really good example. Hey, and you two will appreciate this, right? So you get Bobby's friend had put together that new thing for OA. That was fantastic, by the way. I love it. I love it. Okay, it got put up. I'm gonna tell you what went through my head. I didn't get permission. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? No, I don't work that way. They don't need my fucking permission. They already have it. See, that shit will sneak into your brain. But because I'm aware of myself, I can laugh at that and be like, Tion, no, it doesn't. How about you just, I don't know, stay out of it? That's why I get to sit in the sunshine. Yeah. Because of those. Because I don't live in a world of unreliable people anymore. I trust God. I trust the fact that the people I work with are astute like me. Or, and there's been times I put up some and it's like, that's cool, but it's a little wrong right here. Oh, we need to change that. Okay. It's the only thing that needs to be checked. Does it look correct? Because the intention's all the same. So therefore, I don't need to worry. Okay. It's a concept. A lot of people, it's hard to see until you're a part of it. Okay. Our new web designer, Jake, he was really surprised at some of the things I had to say for him. Hey Ingrid, it's good to see you. And got the crown, so you're on your iPad. See, I remember some stuff. Some stuff. This was essentially an emotional sobriety meeting, is what it was. So we ended up reading out of there. And I'm probably gonna be done in a few minutes, but it's always great to see you. Finally, I lost my self-respect and I was left with dependency, lacking any ability to trust myself or to believe in anything. Surrender and self-examination while sharing with newcomers helped me to ask humbly for help. So the action of helping a newcomer is asking for help. I never looked at it that way before. What a neat way to look for it, or a neat way to look at it, right? That surrender and self examination while sharing with newcomers. I don't think it's just with newcomers, with anybody. Help me to ask humbly for help, right? Kind of like when we go in to the meetings. There was a guy that came into a meeting the other day and he said, I'm at 6.5 years and I went and picked up a Coors Light today. And I thought to myself, don't relapse on a Coors Light. I made that mistake. I did. His wife was there. She came along. She's like, hey, you don't want that. You know you don't want it. And that prompted him to call his sponsor, which prompted him to get his butt back into AA, which is exactly what he needed. And there he said that he had failed because he'd stopped going to meetings. I must be reminded on the daily what is going on with me. I do not vacation from AA. Okay. In my 3 p.m. group, I'm probably one of the only people that is there every day, almost every day. Right? But I like the consistency. That's why. Doesn't make me any different from anybody else. I don't have many muscles, but I can do that. Beep, beep. That's it. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. It's Monday. Usually my biggest day, but everything got canceled today. So there's a podcast coming out. That's what I'm going to do work on next. Dragon Flower Recovery is coming out today. I've got 3 or 4 podcasts coming up myself. We're ramping up, man. Every single podcast is doing well. The website's getting ready to happen. Our marketing person is very happy with our ideas and thoughts, guys. They love what we're doing. Remember that we're going to be getting some support here shortly. Yeah, because Mark really knows how to market. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it up, and then he's going to knock them out of the park for us. I don't know if you get. Well, you'll hang out if you want to hear it. When I started trudging together, I certainly had no idea it would turn into what it's turning into. But the amount of love that goes into it, the amount of empathy and support that I see from anybody that discovers what trudging together actually is. We are not like any other group out there. We're not. We are different. And we're different in the way that we really care what happens to. I don't want to say other groups don't do that. And by group, I don't mean Facebook group. I mean as a business. Okay. So a group of people, not a Facebook group. Okay. And we're different from a lot of the other ones online. Why? First one is money. It's the very first thing that we do not ask for. I have a different way that I want to do that. Okay. Nobody here is looking to get rich. Nobody here has ulterior motives. You won't even be able to hang out with me if you have ulterior motives. I'll just make you uncomfortable. I'll see right through it. So will the rest of the team. You know, and what's great is now we have a nice, you know, we all talk a lot. And it seems like we're small, but we're helping a lot more people than you know. Trudging together helps people even while we're sleeping. It's what all our videos are for. See, our content is valuable, very valuable. Okay. And there's other parts that you have to take into consideration, like Dragon Flower Recovery. Okay. I want to make sure that I need to make sure that Mandy and Bobby keep the rights to their own stuff. See, there's more to it than you know. There's little nuances of things that happen in the background that I take care of, right? Because it's also my job. It is my job to protect the team. That's what I do. And I do. Sometimes I do things you guys don't know. You don't need to know. You don't need to. But when I need help, you know, a year ago, if I would have said I needed help, nobody would have raised their hand. Okay. But I didn't stop. A lot of people wanted me to give up. Okay? I've been told that, oh, Dion, you can't do that. People are so much better at podcasting than you are. Why come work for us? Are there better podcasters and interviewers than me? Oh, yeah. But they're not me. That's okay. I'm different that way. So, good job, everybody. And more is happening than everybody knows. We don't need more than I know. God's the one doing all this, so you know it's beautiful. It's all just dink, 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 and it works great. All right, I'll let everybody go. Don't forget to send me those addresses. Hopefully Bobby doesn't watch the rewatch. All right, I love you guys. Peace out and have a day. Love you.